Hi there, welcome back to my channel. It is Christy here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Pisces, if you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, there's a link in the description box where you can learn your whole birth chart. And that way, if you want additional messages for the week, you can always look at your Moon and Rising sign readings on top of your Sun sign reading today. So this is for July 11th to July 18th. And I'll be using the Medicine Card Tarot for a 5-card spread today, and drawing cards each from the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot and the Healing with the Angels Tarot to top this reading off. And I'll be asking, what does your sign need to know? And this is just basically to draw out opportunities or options that are available to you that you might not be aware of in a general sense. So this is a general reading. Whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I'll encourage you to apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them healing and helpful. So Pisces, I wish for you all success, joy, and wellness. I call upon Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Metatron, and Uriel to guide this reading in peace, clarity, protection, and wisdom. And I ask that Gaia please bless this reading for Pisces. So as always, I'll shuffle to see how many jumpers we get. We do need 5 single jumpers, but if I run into about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of shuffling, I am going to split the deck and pull from the center for your spread, okay, Pisces? Just so the reading doesn't turn into 20 minutes where 10 of it is shuffling. All right, so what does Pisces need to know? Pisces need to know. All right, so first flipper in the deck here is Dragonfly, and the Dragonfly's keyword is illusion. So something is either taking over your sensibilities this week, or you are allowing or inviting something to take over your sensibilities this week. Will it last? Is it upsetting? Is it causing problems? We'll see with the cards around it here. But in terms of what do you need to know, there is a sense of illusion here. If it's saving you from something, make sure it's temporary in terms of a release from something. On the other hand, if it's something that is imposed upon you, like an illusion that you're being sold, you know, a bill of goods, or you're being tricked, which is what the coyote is here. Be sure to watch for yourself, watch for boundaries. Boundaries are going to be really important around particularly both of these cards together. If this is, and I'm speaking now of something being projected into your life. However, Pisces, if you are projecting such things, such as illusions and trickery into your own relationships or into a concept, project, work, etc., why would be my question, right? In terms of what do you need to know? Maybe you were unaware that you were doing this, or maybe you were unaware that someone else was bringing this into your life. And again, if this is serving you or it feels like it's beneficial to your life somehow, that's cool too. It could feel like it's serving you and saving you from something heavy or complicated or painful. If that's the case, I mean, welcome to the human race, right? I mean, we all need a break from something that's trying or troubling or overwhelming. However, if this is becoming, whoa, those just fell on the floor. If this is becoming, and I'm speaking now of illusion and trickery, if this is becoming a habit, or it's becoming a way of life, or it's becoming a means of coping, I would really warn against that as well. These are all coming out in clumps. Okay, I'm going to give a couple more shuffles. If we don't get 2 more jumpers, there's 1, so I just need 1 more jumper. And then here we have, so this is energy you're just coming out of into the week, and this is what you need to know that is available to you. So you're coming out of trickery, this is the coyote, into illusion, and what is available to you might not be aware of is the eagle, and that is spirit. So you have a chance to take an eagle-eye view of this situation for yourself, and I really feel like you're being called to do that because I feel like this is taking up a lot of your time and energy. Again, like I said, even if it's something you're welcome into your life for whatever reason, And I'm not judging, like we all need a break from something, and we all um, need release. But like I said, if this is taking over, or if there's no balance between the real world and truth and integrity, for example, I think this is going to be adding up. And it could even be creating an even bigger problem in the long run. And I think you're being encouraged here to look at the large picture, look at the macro level here, take an eagle eye view. I'm going to shuffle just 3 more times. If we don't get a jumper, I'll draw a card. You're being encouraged to take an eagle eye view on a situation here, Pisces. There it is. Because I really feel here is what's going on is you're being dragged into something that you don't know how to get out of necessarily. The reason I say that is because what is outside that you are aware of as well, or what is happening on a overarching scale for you, is the rabbit, and the rabbit's keyword is fear. So you're even developing some anxiety around this, and I can almost bet, okay? And again, this is general, so I don't know what is exactly going on in your life. But if you are experiencing a sense of trickery and illusion, whether it's invited, whether you welcome it, or whether you project it, you will be meeting it with a sense of anxiety and fear here. Normally, I would read this card as a sense of courage, and there is an element of courage to be had. You can enact an element of courage in the face of fear here, but I do believe it has something to do with your self-esteem, because the elk, which is something that is unbeknownst to you at this time that you have to be aware of, is what could be partly as influencing this type of escapism or trickery and illusion, is because you don't feel like you deserve something. You don't think it belongs to you. You don't think you're ready yet. Someone's better than you. You don't believe in yourself, even if other people do. And I think that these two are kind of playing out together. So let's look at these up close in just a moment. I really just want to get a feel for how else this is working out. And I think this is actually, honest to God, out of all 12 readings, this is the most succinct. You're either being pulled into or projecting a sense of trickery and illusion. So escapism. Around an issue, concept, ideology, or behavior that requires a macro viewpoint. Perhaps you've been too up close to something or too comfortable with something that you need to get a perspective on. Perspective is desired in this environment if you want things to clear up and if you want to take charge. You are going to be feeling anxiety if this isn't cleared up. This is also these two together. This is prey, predator, predator, prey. You could feel like you're under the gun. You could feel like another way to look at this as well is that if you take this view, this is going to go away and you're really comfortable here. Fear and illusion and trickery has become comfortable. So that's up to you though, Pisces. Is that cool or is that uncool? Because if that's cool for you, keep going. But if you're sick of it and you're tired of this, you need to get to the root of what is inviting these types of things or encouraging these types of things. And the root is your self-esteem. So let's look at these one by one, and then we'll just draw your additional cards here to complete this reading. So like I said, the central energy is illusion. It's all about finding a way out of something. It's all about not facing reality. And if this is from time to time, it's great. If it's about coping once in a while, great. But again, if this is something that's gone on too long and it appears like it has because what is just behind it, in other words, what energy has led into the illusion is the coyote. The coyote's keyword is trickery. Again, on its own and once in a while, not a bad thing. This is about games. This is about not necessarily secrets, but hidden truths or avoiding revelations. This is really about avoidance. When there's trickery in our lives, or when you're being tricked or trying to trick someone else, or you're welcoming it or encouraging it, or I just mean allowing it to happen. Perhaps you know something's going on and you're just like, yeah, I'm just going to pretend that's not happening. That's a game, Pisces. That's a game. Do you like that game? because it's saying here that you need a great deal of perspective because it's giving you anxiety. So basically, it's like, what do you want? Do you want to keep doing this, or do you want to be free from this? Because if you want to be free from this, let's look at two examples here. Actually, the last three cards are examples of how to get free in terms of what do you need to know. Eagle eye view, this is spirit. This is stop looking at the material world, stop looking at what you can get or what someone is getting from you, and look at the spiritual component of what is going on. What does your heart say, right? What's going on when it speaks to your soul? Does it elevate your soul? Do you feel better consistently, or do you feel worse or neutral consistently? And do you want that, right? An eagle eye view, large scale perspective is necessary here. Another avenue to get to this place is through fear. Believe it or not, fear is the only way we can enact courage. Courage is kind of useless and kind of dead and empty if there's nothing to be courageous about. So there's a great opportunity here this week, Pisces, to be courageous about something, and I truly believe that it's about your self-esteem. I think you really need to pay attention to what makes you happy, what you want, what you desire, what feeds your soul, what feeds your spirit here, because once you decide that, I think your self-esteem will grow, right? I think that you'll feel even more empowered to do what's right for you, to get out of perhaps a stage or a system or a series or a habit of getting sucked into something or sucked down or dragged down. It really, ultimately what I'm seeing here is, what do you really want to see as an outcome at the end of this week or at the end of the month, or, you know, just in general? Do you want to keep playing games? Is it worth it? You know, is it worth the anxiety? Or is it just part and parcel? Like, do you have to get through this as a stage to get to the next level once you take that eagle eye view? So only you can answer that. I think your big project this week might be to, I had a couple flippers there in a pile. Let's keep shuffling. I think your big project this week might be just to get to the bottom of what is a large perspective. Look at the large perspective, the overall, what is available to you, what are probable outcomes for you if you take this path or if you take another path, and just really decide what you want. Like, is your self-esteem strong enough to give yourself what you really want and deserve? All right. So again, just in keeping with the theme of the reading, the card Not For You. This is a game, literally. You can see that this is a chess game. It's suspended in midair, which means that it's not going anywhere. And there's a fortune cookie in the center. And in the fortune cookie is a little note that says nope. So I think this is what you'll see, honestly. I think if you do this hard work this week and you decide for yourself that eagle eye view, what do you really want? I think you might be sick of these games or that game, and hopefully you feel you're sick of it because you're above and beyond it. I don't think you have to be better than another person. I'm not saying that you know, you're better than somebody else or someone's better than you. I just mean that if you take a higher route for yourself and you speak to your self-esteem and your answer to your self-esteem, it's just going to lighten your load. It's going to feel like you're empowered and in charge of your life again, and it'll be worth it. So if it is a game, or what feels like a game, or amounts to one, I think that Spirit is saying here that this is not for you. You have better things to do with your time and energy, frankly, Pisces. So try to get out of something if you can, if you feel it's dragging you down in any way, okay? So we do have a pile there. I am going to shuffle, I don't know, I'll say for another, say 3 or 4 times. See if we get another jumper. Those are my favorite, as you know. But if we don't, I will draw from the center here. So let's see, 1, 2. All right, so let's draw from the center here. Okay, so abundance. I think the reason why you might be avoiding having to take a look at the reality of this situation here is because you feel like you're going to go without, or you feel like you're going to be bereft of something that just means it'll be cut out of your life. But whatever that is actually sucking energy. What you truly have in abundance is your soul. This is all you need, and your self-esteem. If you have your soul intact and you have your self-esteem intact, everything is available to you and you can provide it to yourself, or you can source it for yourself. Okay. On the other hand, if this is a game and it's ongoing and you're not putting a stop to it, or you prefer to live in fear or anxiety, that's going to just keep occurring in abundance. So what do you want in abundance? In terms of what do you need to know, either of these avenues are available to you in abundance, frankly. But it's what do you want? I truly believe that is your project this week. You just need to decide what you truly want and then put your mind to it, because this game, I feel, is over for you. It's just leading you in sort of wonky, circular, sort of anxious positions here. And I do think it's sucking energy from your self-esteem. So I think when you decide you're better than this, I think you'll be really pleased by just making that move, taking action, saying, you know what, game over. And I'm going to move on to a more abundant life that is spiritually and mentally and physically more healthful for me. So Pisces, that concludes your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have a second today, let me know in the comments below how this works out for you. I'm always curious about how this works out for people that I'm reading for. And if you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, Pisces, take good care, and I will see you then. Bye for now.